Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome back to another LEGO video review. This time we're taking a look at the LEGO Dimensions Wonder Woman Fun Pack. And so without further ado, let's just get into it. So here we have the minifigure of this set, who is of course Wonder Woman, and this is her toy pad with the Wonder Woman logo, as well as some blue patches with stars on the sides. And as you can see, this is actually a reprint of the very first LEGO Wonder Woman minifigure that first appeared in 2012 in the original version of the LEGO Lex Luthor mech. So that's pretty cool, since I have honestly said that this is pretty much, and not even pretty much, it is my favorite LEGO Wonder Woman minifigure that, well, the LEGO group's ever made. And as you can see, this is based off of Wonder Woman's classic design, not her New 52 design, and of course not her Justice League movie design. And, well, from the front, she looks pretty nice. You can see that a large portion of her legs are showing, and, well, that's not perfect, since obviously this is a reprint of a minifig from 2012, so they couldn't dual mold the legs, so that is just all that flesh tone is printed on her red legs, but I don't mind it that much. The figure still looks pretty good. You can see that you also have some just details for, like, the tops of her boots down on the legs, towards the bottom, and you can also see the torso has some fine detailing. Her accessory is the Lasso of Truth, which is just the golden LEGO lasso piece, except I think that Wonder Woman may have actually been the first time this piece came out at all. I might be wrong about that, though, but now I think of it, yeah, I'm pretty sure that gold was the first color this piece came in. And you can see this is what she looks like from the side. Pretty simple, but still pretty nice. And, well, on the back, as you can see, she just has red legs. And I'll show you her back printing in a minute, but as you can see, her hairpiece is pretty nice. You have the tiara painted in gold there, as well as a star on that, although, unfortunately on mine, the star is a bit off-center. I'm only noticing that now that it's on camera and magnified a lot. But anyway, as you can see on the face of Wonder Woman, that is, well, she has kind of a normal expression, nothing that unique about it, although I do think it works pretty well. If I take off her hairpiece, you can see that this is her alternate expression, which is definitely a lot angrier, and I also feel as though it works pretty well, and and this is what Wonder Woman's back printing looks like. Pretty simple, but I do like it, and honestly, I feel as though that kind of goes for the whole of this figure. Overall, the printing's not that detailed, but it definitely gets the job done. You can definitely instantly tell who this figure is supposed to be. And yeah, this is a very good LEGO Wonder Woman. So now let's move on to the Invisible Jet. So here we have the main build of this fun pack, which is, of course, Wonder Woman's highly iconic, but also not that useful as far as one would think. Anyway, this is her vehicle, the Invisible Jet. Which, well, isn't that invisible, because LEGO couldn't make a few new pieces in like, clear. So, like, there's just random patches of gray showing here, which, you know, kind of makes the whole point of an invisible jet pointless, since it's not. There are gray pieces, which obviously are visible, and then those kind of tint the clear pieces when you look at them from certain angles, and that really messes it up, because obviously there's no way to have it be fully invisible, but it would have looked a lot better if LEGO had just remade a few parts entirely, just so the entire model could be clear, but even without doing that, the shape of the model is pretty okay. Like, I'm not going to say it's the worst thing in Dimensions, but it's also not that high up. You have these fins in the back, and it's odd how those are the same size as the jet's full wings. You have these engines, which I do actually like. These are probably my favorite part of the entire model. I do like how those look. Then you have this. The cockpit is definitely my least favorite part, since it just kind of goes up and down, and it takes up like half of the jet. Or maybe just this piece on the front is supposed to be the cockpit, and this back is just, it's sloping down, but you can't tell since they use two of the same piece, and they're both in the same color. They use bottles as blasters, which is really weird. See, now that I think about it, this may be one of the worst vehicles in Dimensions. And I mean, I'm talking about just in the build. In the game, it actually looks pretty nice, but yeah. Bit disappointed with this one in terms of the physical model. But anyway, enough about that. Now let's move on to the second build. The Stealth Laser Shooter. And yes, this transition was very intentional, and not because I forgot the name of the vehicle in the last section, so then I went over to my game to check what it was, but my game was off, while it was turning back on, I forgot that I needed to finish the last segment, and then I took this apart while it was loading up, and then I realized that, so I just told you the name of it now. So yeah, this is the Stealth Laser Shooter, and again, none of that happened. This was just because it's a cool transition, and I thought it would be cool. It's true. Anyway, so this build, well, I don't know what to say. There's some parts of it that I really like, and others that I really despise. Such as this front part, like this build for the front with these clips underneath, this goes down in the category of really hate. As in, if there wasn't some cool stuff near the back, this build would totally be winning my reward for the worst Dimensions build ever. But then here in the back, we have these wings angled into this cockpit piece, and that looks really nice. I kind of like how I guess the general idea is that this bottle is supposed to kind of connect into this to form a very large gun. I don't mind that idea. So yeah, overall, no engines on this one. And so overall, this is the back of this is very nice. The front of it is very not nice. Overall, meh. I mean, I highly doubt that this is going to be the main version you're piloting around anyway. So yeah, now let's go on to the third build, which I'm actually going to totally remember the title of in this segment, even though I totally also remembered it in the last segment, and I just did the transition for cool effect. Anyway, so that is the Torpedo Bomber. Yeah! Okay, let's get on to that. So here we have the Torpedo Bomber, which is, well, it's certainly a thing. Once again, I definitely do like the use of them kind of angling these shield pieces up, these wing pieces up, but not as actual wings. I do like this design, although not as much as what we saw in the last build, although this does still look pretty nice. I'm not entirely sure if these are supposed to represent two separate cockpits, or if it's just kind of weird design choices. On the sides, you have these bits, which I'm guessing are supposed to be the torpedoes. Don't know how many exhaust ports they'd fit into. Pretty big for a torpedo, I mean, in relative scale, if this was too minifig scale. Anyway, so yeah, pretty simple build. Probably, not my least favorite. That still goes to the Actually, no, the second build has some redeeming qualities. My least favorite build might honestly be the first one. I'm having trouble deciding. So you know what? No, this is the best one, definitely. So yeah, so it's fine. Let's go on to the final verdict. So overall, would I recommend the LEGO Dimensions Wonder Woman Fun Pack? I mean, originally, the whole reason I got this is because this pack is because in the LEGO Dimensions The Simpsons Adventure World, there's a place where you need a character who can grapple and dive underwater, and in year one, Wonder Woman was the only character who could do that, since she could swim underwater and she had the Lasso of Truth, which could grapple. However, now both Jake the dog and Ethan Hunt can perform that task for you, so there's really no point to getting this pack now. Wonder Woman's still a fun figure, but they're certainly better in the game. And the jet's just not that good in general. There's nothing special about it in game, and the builds certainly aren't anything to write home about, so I'm not sure if you should get this. I mean, if you're a big fan of Wonder Woman, then yeah. If you really want the figure, then yeah. If you want some nice clear pieces, you probably already have most of these. But anyway, so yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.